You know, every fall, all of the garden centers talk about fall planting and how important that is. Well, today we wanted to tell you the reasons that that is so important.
You know, actually in fall, just because the plants are dormant on top and it's cold weather doesn't mean there's nothing going on underground. Roots actually put on root growth during the wintertime. So you're actually getting a heads up on next year's season, so they're more established and they're ready to perform for you next year.
Now, as with all plants, and we should do this all the time, you always want to consider the soil you're putting them in first. You know, Grandpa always said, $10 plant, $40 hole. So we really recommend using compost and any kind of amendment that you add when planting at any time of the year, but especially in the fall.
And you know, also add in some transplant fertilizer, so there's some nutrients down in that hole when the roots get to it.
Now, the first thing you want to consider is the plants that you're buying now to plant in the garden. This is a great time for you to see all of the wonderful color that they have in the fall, just like we do in the spring, but the fall has a special texture because you also get leaf change, which you don't get to see in the springtime. So be sure that you do this when you're planting the new plants.
And also look at your garden and see what was good or bad, what happened in the garden this year. Just a few short weeks ago, we had all of that heat. Was everything performing well? Was that plant in the right place? So this is the time to maybe transplant or edit your garden and maybe move that plant to where it's going to be much more happy next year.
So for more information on fall planting and why it is so important, you can go to gardentime.tv.